Alright, so in this video I'm going to go over the completed removal of the Syncfusion dependencies from the Automation Designer. So if you've watched the past videos, we were going through removing those dependencies and switching those UI tools out to WPF controls. So I figured we'd take a look real quick and see what got switched out. So these are the actual WPF controls. So one thing you'll note that changed, if you saw the model folder had this file path contained, so it's been switched out to a view model now. So it allows us to edit those and be tracked. And I know I had talked about trying to keep things as MVVM as I could. Um, I decided with VSTO things were already complicated enough. I didn't want to try to introduce more complexities and getting more MVVM libraries involved. So we'll just do a blend of MVVM and a standard event driven. It just makes life a bit easier because unfortunately the default MVVM only implements the basic features. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So we'll just continue on like this. This ends up being pretty easy to work with now. So we'll just end up getting a reference to our view model. Or I guess maybe finder is not the correct word, maybe converter. Or because the events always come in as objects and then you cast them into the types. In this case, we're getting a text box in and we're just getting the data context and we're expecting the data context to be the file contains view model. And the SolidWorks one's done as well. So if we'll go and build it real quick. These are our new WPF control windows. And you'll see that we added in. So now when we add these in, now we can say we want to avoid the library. So if any of the files have library involved, we'll avoid those, and that's will be added to that. And just kind of add it on indefinitely, so you can so if you needed more, and same thing, you can change out these settings. I need to work on the windows. And then the SolidWorks one is set as well. We need to do some additional settings in SolidWorks. We didn't have much of them done. And then some general improvements to the logging. I want to add it in. So if we have let's just use this inventor file as an example. So let's go and all right. We'll just change this out, and now we'll build it. Done. And you see the logs a bit more simplified now. So it'll only ever be one sheet now, and the log will append. So if we build that, if we go back to our sheet and build again, you'll see the logs were appended. And I decided to keep it simpler this time. That way, you could. I figured it would be easy for the users to go and add their own sheet to filter throughout the logs, and this would just be like kind of a raw data sheet. And then you could go and put maybe a separate pivot table or whatever you wanted that would represent error logs, success logs, and we'll do some work in the future to add in some more logging. And in the settings, we'll give an option to change out the logging level. So if we have a logging level of info, like we'll log everything, so it'll help you maybe debug. But we'll work on that in a future branch. Um, and the only thing I really ran into, and I'm going to work on that, is on the inventor wrapper. I need to work on getting this reference what does have to install. So when you download this version, go and when you restore the NuGet packages, go and uninstall. Yeah, uninstall the inventor NuGet, then reinstall, and that should solve that issue. And the only other thing you'll need to do is you'll need to generate a key. So you'll see that it builds fine. So when you go into, so we go to properties. So and just say create test certificate, get that build, and you can run then. Because if we don't have the test certificate, I don't see it here, but you will get an error about the certificate must be signed. So just create the test certificate, build it, and you will be good to go. Um, leave comments if you have any questions or concerns. And if you discover any issues, please log them on to GitHub. All right, guys, thanks for watching.